What were they thinking? My friends, this is the kind of week that really makes us all shake our heads. It's been a busy one for cruise news, but all of it pales against the big news that Carnival Cruise Lines is completely revamping their loyalty program. And can I just point out this photo on their press release? I mean, do they really think that these smiling faces are going to convince us that this is good news? And more importantly, for those of us who sail more frequently on cruise lines other than Carnival, will this entice Royal Caribbean, NCL, Princess, Disney, and others to restructure their loyalty reward programs? Because most of us can still remember that time when airlines made this shift from number of flights flown to number of dollars spent, and now they're all doing it. Will cruise lines do the same thing? And yes, I personally do believe that if, and that's a strong if Carnival makes a success of this new program, where it's bringing in more money for them, then the other cruise lines are absolutely going to follow suit. They are publicly owned companies, so they have a responsibility to their stockholders to make money. But you can be very sure that they are going to sit back and let Carnival be the one to take the risk. Learn from their mistakes, and then and only then will they make their move if it looks like they will make more money. But in order for other cruise lines to want to follow Carnival's lead, they first have to prove that it's a success, and already they are facing tremendous backlash. First of all, they're ditching the name of the program, which will no longer be called the VIFP program, which stands for Very Important Fun Person, which is kind of a blow to our egos to discover that apparently we are no longer very important, nor are we fun. And instead of that name, they're opting for a more straightforward name of Carnival Rewards. Yeah, they're not winning any creativity awards for that one. As Christine Duffy, president of Carnival, states, and really listen to her choice of words here because it's very telling. And let me dissect the quote a little as I read it to show you why this might be annoying people. Quote, "Our current VIFP program has served us well for many years, and while we've enjoyed truly extraordinary growth in our loyal customer base," and I interject, so they've made their money off of you and built that loyal base they were after, and now, continue quote, "it has become challenging to deliver the exceptional experience our Diamond and Platinum members deserve," end quote. So in other words, what I'm hearing is, now that they've benefited from you, they're changing the rules.
"I am altering the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further."
And this is what they're doing. Under their new system, according to cruisecritic.com, cruisegoers will have to spend $3,334 within 2 years to achieve gold status, which isn't too bad. But if they want platinum, they're going to have to spend $16,667 in 2 years. If you think that's a little rough, to get diamond status, you'll have to spend $33,334 over the span of 6 consecutive years. And all that would be bad enough, but you're earning this status that you don't even get to keep unless you continue spending that amount of money in those time frames. Forever. So again, you were loyal, you built them up, you thought you had earned lifetime status, now they've changed the rules and you're going to have to get back on your A game and jump through their hoops yet again. Like imagine if my husband just came in from mowing the lawn on a Friday evening when he could have been going out with some of the guys he used to work with, and maybe we'll even make him more of a martyr, and he just power washed our entire house too. And he comes in exhausted and filthy, but the truest, most loyal, committed husband of 20 wonderful years, and I look at his tired but hopeful face as he turns on the TV and grabs a beer from the fridge, and I say, "Hey, listen, the lawn and house look great, and thanks for your loyalty all these years, but you can't sit on the couch now and relax. I need you to keep working to maintain your status around here, and my windows need washing, so get to work, buddy." So what, my friends, do you think would happen if I treated my husband that way? Why, yes, I really do hope he would leave me, because wow, I don't look good in that scenario, which is definitely fiction, so please don't hate me. And that, my friends, is exactly how people who have been loyal to Carnival for all these years must feel. This isn't going to hurt people who are new to Carnival. Hey, they might even like the changes because they weren't used to the old system and don't feel like they're having hard-earned benefits stripped from them. In fact, with this new program, if Carnival follows through on it, even after all this immediate backlash, it might actually benefit a lot of you because some cruisers do spend a ton more on board than others, and that can help them elevate their status. I personally am notoriously cheap on board, while my husband recently spent almost $800 on a few bottles of rare bourbon in one of those duty-free shops. And for the record, I prefer Four Roses to any of that expensive stuff, but that's just me. Others spend thousands in the casino or on shore excursions, and it sounds like they will be able to earn status from what they're spending. But when some of these die-hard Carnival cruisers who aren't able to spend enough to maintain their status get bumped out of their status, I think they're going to think, hey, maybe it's time I try another cruise line. And that could really kick Carnival in the... yeah. So I really think this is a huge risk for Carnival. While it might encourage some people to spend more, it might also get rid of their most loyal customers. So no, I personally don't think that Royal or any other big cruise lines are going to jump on board with this until they see what kind of fallout Carnival is going to have to endure. And the fallout has already been extreme. In fact, Carnival is now backpedaling just a bit. Not quite saying that they're going to change their minds, but just saying that they gave people all this lead time so that they could settle into the idea, because this new cruise loyalty program won't take effect until June 1st of 2026. So isn't that nice of them to give us so much lead time? It's kind of like if my neighbor said, hey, I'm going to hit your dog with my car in June of 2026, but me giving you a lot of lead time should make you feel okay about it. So yeah, that kind of says how I feel about this whole lead time angle. But that said, Carnival Cruise Line brand ambassador John Heald suggested that they might tweak the system. Yeah, you think so, Carnival? Maybe a tweak or two might be appropriate? What do you think? As you know, I always love to hear from you, but your comments mean even more on this one because Carnival is clearly listening to your feedback. So post all of it below, whether it's frustration you feel, or anger, or sadness, or if they've got you whirled into an upward spiral of epic bliss. I want to hear it all. And as always, thank you so much for watching, for hitting that subscribe button, and for making this such a wonderful, supportive community. Thanks to you, I've almost hit that 10,000 subscribers goal of mine, and I quite literally couldn't have done it without you. I'm so grateful for you.